I detest the use of drugs. I think they're horrible. I think they're a mess. But alcohol probably kills a lot more people than the drugs that are illegal. The war on drugs kills a lot of people. This whole idea of mandatory sentences on non-violent drug users, wonder why they treat alcoholics different than people who smoke marijuana or use other hard drugs. I think it's because those people in Washington drink a lot of alcohol. They don't want to apply the same rules. But the whole thing is totally out of control because we should be allowed to make personal choices. And in a more positive way, people who want to pick their own medications, alternative medical care, once you start regulating drugs for the bad things, they regulate the drugs for the good things. If you want nutritional products, alternative medical care, and taken by, they want regulations, turn them over to the drug companies, the WTO, control all these things. But the most egregious attack on personal choices are in states that have legalized medicinal marijuana for people who are dying with cancer or AIDS, and they find they benefit by it. Now, I won't even argue the case pro and con on medicine. I happen to think it's probably beneficial but I don't have personal experience. It's probably beneficial. But the issue isn't that as much as who gets to make the choice? The individual who's dying and wants a little bit of relief, or some do-gooder in Washington and says, I'm going to arrest you regardless and put you in jail and put you in a mandatory sentence whether you committed a violent crime or not, and override the state laws. Up until 1937, there were no laws against marijuana. This is all new. And the states didn't even have that many regulations. And yet now, today, even this is how far we have gone from the concept of the republic, where local government was supposed to take care of these problems, and yet we have this monstrosity federal government coming in and telling us what to do in our personal lives. So there is so much we could do to improve things by reducing the size and scope of government. But we should understand and realize that we do need to know where our rights come from, because if we think our rights come from government, we've had it. Because if it came from government, they can take them from us. But we have to realize that our right to our life and our right to our liberty comes from our Creator. That's where our rights and liberties come from. Therefore, the government is there for a very, very minor reason. And that is a very important reason, but a smaller reason. And that is to protect those rights and protect our liberties so that we can lead our own life. So if we are truly a compassionate people and believe and understand how the marketplace works, if you really want to help people, this is what they need. They need freedom. That's where the prosperity comes from. Because if you, for instance, today, if you look at medical care, it's a disaster. And if you come up and say, well, the market didn't work, what we need is socialized medicine, it just gets that much worse. This medical care system that we have today is a consequence of bad law, bad tax laws, over-regulation, special interests, corporate giants, paying and taking care of all these problems, and they're making